LB checking in, man. Keep it locked in, but in between the lines with Coach Stella, you feel me? You did.
Bro, what you got for me first?
Let's start out with the Stella Scope Recap, man. These are the games that took place this weekend that you had your eye on, and break down and give us your analysis.
No doubt, bro. I got three of them real quick. Get in and out. Three big games in Northeast Ohio. So let's jump right into it. The first game, we got the Holy War, Iggy versus Eds. Eds pulled it out, 45-31. Actually, with this win, Eds took the all-time lead. Excuse me, they got the all-time lead, 33-32, and they got one tied. So shout out to St. Ed's for doing that. St. Ed's also won 9 straight, so they got it done 45-31. Really, it was a game of their two big senior playmakers. Zach Ackelman, receiver, 5 for 120, 3 touchdowns. We'll talk about Brandon White soon in another segment, but Brandon White had another big-time game. And pretty much that was it. The game started out fast. Both teams scored on their first 2 possessions. It was 14-14 going into the second quarter. And from there on, St. Ed's kind of just gradually took control of the game, and their offense kind of had their way all night. But shout out to Iggy. They definitely played a good game, 45-31. We know how good of a team St. Ed's is, one of the top 2-3 teams in Division I in the state of Ohio. So it's hard to say by record because Iggy is 1-6, but I can see him getting better, though. I see him getting better. Now, I know Coach Franziger wanted to amount into wins moving forward, but they 1-6. They play a tough schedule. And I don't know when, but Iggy will be back at some point. But St. Ed's doing what they're doing. They had the loss at Madison a couple weeks ago. You could tell they needed that. The kids a little bit more hungry, a little bit more focused, and they playing with a little extra chip on their shoulder. So Ed's got it done 45-31. The Holy War. St. Ed's now holds the lead for the all-time series record in the rivalry. So shout out to Ed's, and Coach Lombardo got it done 45-31. Second game, local game, Girard versus South Range. Girard got it done 56-35. A.J. Pearson, which becoming a regular thing we say on this show, had another huge night. We'll also talk about him in another segment here later. But big shout out to freshman receiver Mario Lipinski for a freshman. 8 catches, 197 yards, 3 touchdowns. That's a big-time game. So Girard got it rolling right now. Shout out to Coach Pearson. He's doing a great job. He and his staff doing a great job. Girard was down for a couple years, but they always have a good program. And the one thing about Girard, you're going to know when they're good, their offense going to put up points. So shout out to Girard. They rolling right now, but got a big game this week. That's the thing about football. You get the 24-hour rule, and it's time to get back to work and get focused on next week. And at home this week, they got Poland coming into town. So
nice.
That's going to be a big-time football game. We'll be talking about that game next week on the StellaScope for sure. But shout out to Downs, and also shout out to South Range. Right now, they're 4-3. Anybody that followed their program know how much talent they lost over the last 2 or 3 years, but they're still having a solid year. Shout out to Coach Rock, do a great job out there with South Range in that program. They got some young talent that's making some plays and getting better week by week. So not a bad loss at all to South Range. They'll be at home next week versus Niles to see if they can bounce back. And last game we got another local team playing against a team out of area that we seen up close is Fitch at Madison Perry. Seeing Madison Perry was that week 3 or 4 at Harding. Kind of been paying attention to them since then. I feel like they're a solid football team. And, of course, Fitch. And the Fitch got it done 14-7. Old school, Northeast Ohio type of football game. First shout I want to give is to the Fitch defense, bro. Played lights out. Number one, they didn't give up any points. 14-7, Perry scored on the pick 6. So Perry didn't even score on offense. And they only gave him 135 scrimmage yards in the game, and they forced 3 turnovers. So shout out to Marky Fitzgerald, had a forced fumble. Shout out to Wayne Holloway, had a big interception. And Brady Evans, his interception at the end of the game was big. So it was just defense in the run game. DeAndre Richard had 110 in the touchdown, and Junie Higgs had 97 in the touchdown. And Junie, low-key, I'm saying low-key because the media don't talk about him that much, but Junie having a big-time year this year, man. A lot of touchdowns. He played both sides of the ball, tailback, safety, special teams, throwback type of football player, smart, leader, heart and soul type of kid of that program. So shout out to Junie. Keep doing your thing, baby. But Fitch got it done 14-7. After losing week 1, they won 6 straight. So they kind of playing their best right now. Sorry, they 5-1. They had a bye last week. Sorry. They won 5 in a row after losing their week 1. So they're playing good football right now, bro. Next week they home against Erie McDowell, so we'll see how that go coming up. But those were our 3 games, bro. Iggy and Eds. Eds got it done 45-31. Girard South Range in the area. Girard got it done 56-35. And then we got an area team playing the Federal League team, Fitch and Maston Perry. Fitch got it done 14-7. Old school slugfest, Northeast Ohio type battle. But 3 good games, brother.
For sure, man. And man, you see Girard and Fitch find themselves in a real great position at this time of the year, getting ready for the playoffs, ramping up for that last stretch of the regular season, heading into playoffs. They got some momentum.
For sure.
They figuring out what they do right. Of course, Girard's unblemished record. They got a quarterback, A.J. Pearson, lighting everything up.
Woo!
So
wait till you hear the numbers this week, bro.
So that's good to see. Iggy, they caught a win.
Yeah,
but
it's tough, man.
It's tough. It's
especially
hard.
The schedule they play.
Right.
And I know Iggy, that the tradition and the pride they have in their program, they ain't gonna water down their schedule. They ain't changing their schedule, which is good for their kids. So when their kids. When their kids have a good year, they gonna know for sure they back. It ain't gonna be one of them situations where we went 8-2 or 9-1, but we really only played 3 good teams. Nah, they ain't gonna change up their schedule. They gonna continue to play a tough schedule, and their kids gonna continue to fight and get better. And right now they just in a tough spot. But anybody that play Iggy, any coaching staff that play them, know to have high level of respect for them, and they got talent. Again, it ain't like the teams they losing to is bad football teams. So
indeed,
get back to the drawing board, keep grinding.
Yeah. Putting up 31 on St. Ed's ain't bad either.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So,
all right, moving on. We're gonna talk about
stay locked in between the lines and Coach Stella.